Sometimes the most beautiful stories begin with an ending. Our story? It started with a breakup that felt like the world was crashing down around us. The silence after our last fight. It was deafening. Louder than all our previous arguments combined. You know that moment when you're so sure it's over? That's where we were. To people who once couldn't imagine life without each other, now couldn't stand to be in the same room. But here's the thing about endings. Sometimes they're just beginnings in disguise. We needed that space. That painful, uncomfortable space where we couldn't run to each other to fix our problems. Where we had to face ourselves in the mirror and ask the hard questions. Who were we without each other? What did we really want? The months apart weren't easy. I found myself picking up my phone 100 times a day, typing messages I'd never send. But in that silence, something beautiful happened. We both started growing, not for each other, but for ourselves. Then came that night. His name lit up my phone screen. It wasn't a desperate plea to get back together. Instead, he told me about his therapy journey, about the things he was learning about himself. And I found myself sharing too, about my own growth, my own revelations. The love hadn't disappeared. It had transformed, matured like fine wine. When we finally met again, it wasn't as the same people who broke apart. We were different. Stronger, more self-aware, more intentional. He reached for my hand that day, not with desperation, but with purpose. I never stopped loving you, he said. I just needed to learn how to do it right. And I understood completely, because I had learned the same lesson. Now, our relationship has cracks, like any piece of art that's been broken and put back together. But that's where the light gets in, illuminating something even more beautiful than before. We don't fight for attention anymore. We fight for each other, with understanding and grace. If you believe that some love stories need to break apart to be rewritten stronger, subscribe to Torn Pages. Because sometimes, love doesn't need a period. Just a pause to grow into something extraordinary.